Have you heard the saying that comparison is the thief of joy? I'm sure you have. You know that feeling of endlessly comparing yourself to others? It's something males and females alike go through. His muscles are bigger, her face is prettier, he has more money and drives a better car, she has more followers on Instagram. Whatever it is, there's superficial comparisons, and there are truly meaningful and deep comparisons that we all make all the time. It's not just the shit that we see on Instagram. It's wanting to be like the professional musician or footballer or entrepreneur. And the comparison between where we are and where they are completely disheartens us. These are genuine but nonetheless useless and harmful comparisons of which we are all guilty of. Competition is similar to comparison in that it's simply the comparison between winner and loser, better and worse, and how we position ourselves against someone else, usually someone close to our sort of level. The competition between two sporting teams, or one business or another, or you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Sorry, had to sneak that one in there. But you get my point. There's an abundance of opportunity for comparison and competition thanks to social media. But what if I told you comparison and competition not only don't exist, but it's completely unfair for anyone to ever do it? Now, what could I possibly mean by that? Well, what I mean by saying that comparison and competition don't exist and are completely unfair is that they are ultimately subjective and arbitrary constructs that we impose upon ourselves. When we compare ourselves to others or engage in competition, we often set these unrealistic standards and create unnecessary hierarchies that can be detrimental to our own well-being. So firstly, comparison is based on external factors that may not accurately reflect the true value or worth of an individual. So we tend to focus on superficial qualities or achievements without really considering the complexities and uniqueness of each person's journey. So by constantly comparing ourselves to others, we undermine ourselves and our self-esteem, and we diminish the value of our own accomplishments. See, competition also implies a win-lose scenario where success is measured by outperforming others, obviously. But what you need to understand is that this mindset actually perpetuates a zero-sum game. That's what it's called, where one person's success is seen as another person's failure. And so that's where we get that culture of envy and jealousy and insecurity. So instead of fostering collaboration and growth and personal development, we get these negative feelings of envy and jealousy. To take it a bit further, the concept of competition is often rooted in our societal expectations and norms. So rather than personal fulfillment and happiness, we have this deep-seated competition with everyone. And social media in the last decade has only made that worse. It just pressures us as individuals to conform to particular standards of success, regardless of whether it actually aligns with our true passions and our true values. So what I encourage you to do is, instead of comparing ourselves to others or engaging in competitive mindsets, it is far more beneficial to focus on your own journey, on your own self-improvement and personal growth, and pursuing your own individual goals and aspirations. So really embracing a mindset of self-acceptance and self-compassion, and that allows us to appreciate our own unique strengths and talents, leading to a genuine fulfillment and joy. Ultimately, the only fair comparison and only fair competition that we really should engage in is with ourselves. We can strive to become the best version of ourselves by setting personal goals, as well as learning from others and learning from other people's mistakes and celebrating our progress along the way. By shifting our focus inward and valuing our own journey, we can cultivate a more positive and empowering mindset that isn't dependent on the arbitrary judgments of comparison and competition. So to give you a final understanding, to kind of wrap this up, competition and comparison are not only ineffective and harmful to us, but it's almost completely impossible to do if you really understand what you're doing. Think about all the experiences that you've had across your entire lifetime, all the memories that you have, all the experiences that you've had, all the knowledge that you've learned, all the skills that you've practiced, all the hours that have gone into forming the person that you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, everything like that. So take a moment to think about that, and think about just how much, all the moments, how much that culminates in to get you to where you are right now in time. If you think about it, every other person on the planet around your same level, around your same age, older, younger, they all have just as many experiences. They have all these moments that have culminated in who they are. And that's why, if you understand this, to me that says that comparison is next to impossible, because there are just too many variables to fairly compare yourself to anyone else. To say that you're not as rich as that person, or you're not as fit as that person, there's an entire lifetime of experiences and knowledge and skills and all these things that have gone into that. And so that's really hard to compare yourself to when you actually break it down into the variables that have gone into making that person rich, successful, healthy, happy, whatever you're sort of comparing yourself to. So to me, that makes it not just difficult, not just harmful to compare yourself, but it's completely impossible. So if you can understand that, perhaps you will get in a better mind frame to not comparing yourself to others, and really going back to understanding that everyone else has this entire lifetime of unique experiences that has made them who they are. And it is up to you to now, from this present moment forward, to change those experiences and change those moments so that the future in 10 years' time looks completely different to where you are now. And that's really up to you. And so if we can shift entirely against this notion of comparison and competition, and really turn inwards and really focus on ourselves, and really understand that it is literally a completely unique journey. You simply cannot compare yourself with anyone else. There's just too many variables. So if you can do that, then you're well on your way to being happier and healthier, and not getting disheartened and procrastinating and stopping yourself from doing the work to improve yourself because you look at the gap between you and someone else. If you just focus on you, and you start to focus on the gain that you are making rather than the gap to someone else or gap to your goal. And if you can do that day after day, and you just focus on getting that bit better and making sure that you're getting better each and every day, then that goes a huge way to being, as I said, happier, healthier, wealthier, whatever your goals are.